Sausage.
Hello everyone, this is Attack the Backlog, the podcast where I, Marc tries to make a dent in their backlog one game at a time. This episode is all about Call of Juarez the Cartel, the third game in the Western series where, instead of deciding to continue their Western ways, Techland, the developers, opted to take a sharp turn, moving the game to present day full of racism, bad jokes, worse gameplay, and less dialogue than the number of words it will take to write this review. Call of Juarez the Cartel originally came out on July 19, 2011 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, with a PC release a few months after that. Prior to the Cartel's release, I was a fan of the Call of Juarez games. The first game was nothing special, but a solid foundation to build upon, and I love me my westerns, so it was good enough for me. The second game, however, Bound in Blood, was very good and a big step in the right direction, making it seem like the Call of Juarez series was primed and ready to follow the same path as series like Assassin's Creed and Just Cause. But Techland decided to change things up. Why? Just cause. Call of Juarez the Cartel takes place in the present day and makes a hell of a first impression with a bad car chase, followed by a mission where you, as one of the three main characters, go to some marijuana farm to burn it down while wearing Obama masks. If you're already thinking, huh? Then you already know what the rest of the game entails. The Cartel is one long, and I must stress, long, drawn out of a game, where every decision made leads to one question and only one question. But why though? The Cartel is one of the biggest whys in gaming. Why take a series that started out okay with its first game, found both critical and commercial success with its second game, and then throw it all away to try something new? I guess I can give Techland credit for wanting to try something new so early in a series' life, but it's clear they had no idea what they were doing and unintentionally, hopefully, made a terrible game full of some incredibly racist shit, like an achievement called Bad Guy for killing 40 or more enemies during the gangbang mission, which just so happens to be the only mission where you're killing black men. What the fuck were they thinking? I know Techland is a Polish company, but there's never an excuse for such ignorance. I could go on and on about this shitty thing and that shitty thing, but the game doesn't deserve being talked about any more than I've already talked about it. The gameplay is terrible, the dialogue, what little is there, is even worse, and all over the place, with your AI teammates regularly calling you out for being inaccurate, only to follow that up by immediately complaining that you're killing everyone and not leaving anyone for them to kill. Am I a terrible shot or too good at shooting? I can't be both. Make up your fucking mind, game. Or is it all just a mind game? What even really is mine, game? Was there ever a Connect mime game? Regardless, I did pay for it, so this copy of the Cartel is in fact my game. That garbage I just spit into your ear is better than any writing you'll hear if you, for whatever reason, find yourself playing the Cartel. The game is ugly both visually and substance-wise, and wouldn't be made any better if playing while abusing a substance. It is just a terrible game from all angles and shouldn't be bothered with. The only thing anyone should do regarding the Cartel is forget it ever existed, which I'm sure Techland would love, since they followed up the disaster that is the Cartel with the fantastic return to form by the name of Call of Juarez Gunslinger, a more bite-sized experience and return to the Western setting. By the way, you can play the game, the Cartel, not Gunslinger. I mean, you can play Gunslinger. I mean, you should play Gunslinger, but I'm saying, by the way, you can play the game that is called The Cartel as each of the three main characters, but you'll just be playing the same shit 3 times with mild story differences from what I've read. What? Were you expecting me to play it 3 times? I didn't even finish my first playthrough, you fucking psychopath. When I was streaming the game and so certain I was almost done with it, reading one of the chat messages informing me I was only halfway through was enough for me to say, nah, I'm good. And that was that. Speaking of that being that, and this being this, that is this, and this is that, and that is all I've got. A used copy of the Cartel. A used copy. I'll be just fine, though, pretending I'm not. I'm far from lonely after all, but that is, in fact, all that I've got for this here episode. Anyway, that will do it for this here episode of Attack the Backlog. Once again, I am Marc. Y'all can find me on Twitter and pretty much everywhere at PX Sausage. If you'd like to see me streaming games like the Cartel, you can do so over at twitch.tv/PX Sausage. If you'd like to check out the videos I make, like the one for this here episode of Attack the Backlog, you can do that over at youtube.com/Pixelated Sausage. If you put a dot and then a com after that Pixelated Sausage, speaking of Pixelated Sausage, that's what I usually say. You almost got me there, Marc. Speaking of Pixelated Sausage, put a dot and a com after it. What do you got? You got my website, pixelatedsausage.com, where you can find this podcast and the Pixelated Sausage podcast, both of which are available on podcast services across the globe. You can also check out my art on the site, and if you see something you like, you can purchase a print of the piece you fancy. And if you fancy the site in general and anything that we do, please go over to patreon.com/PXS and support us that way. Anyway, that is it. That is all. Thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed this here episode, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Jesus Christ, man.
We have to find the girl. Stay focused. Let's go.
Alpha, come in. Alpha!
Delta, what's going on over there?
Strong resistance in Sector 2. We've got casualties. I repeat, officer down. Officer down!
Hold on, we're coming for you.
What the hell is going on here?
We're in Sector 2.
I can hear them.
Let's go.